Hello, beautiful people. How have you been? Hope you're good. Today, I want us to talk about tested faith. Yeah, you heard me, tested faith. Has your faith been tested before? First of all, let's say what faith is. In Hebrew 11, verse 1, it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And what are the attributes of faith, actually? In Hebrew 11:7, it says, faith trusts God's promise, and it's believe God's warning. So it's about trust and it's about believing. Are you trusting God? Are you believing God's way? If you don't have these two, then you don't have faith. And are you actually believing God's warning? When God warned you about something, are you actually believing it, or you're just going blindly and be like, you know what? I'm gonna trust myself. It means you don't have faith. So I have a question. Has your faith been tested before? And when this happened, what did you do about it? Did you fall, or you kept on trusting on God? Because it's easy to say it than done, right? I was listening to Pastor Steve, and he said that when your faith is tested, there's something God has already taught you, and He just wants you to trust Him. So whenever you feel like you're being tested, just remember the lesson that God taught you, because God cannot give you the test if He hasn't given you the lesson. So just remember, recap your life, and think about what He has taught you before. And when you think about that, you will know how to go about the situation. Personally, have been I know my faith has been tested before, and when this happened, of course, our sinful thoughts cannot remind us sometimes of God's goodness. It's just the Holy Spirit that will remind you of what's happened in the past. And when that hits my mind, I'm like, oh God, I almost forgot you did greater thing than this. And when that happened, it's kind of boost my faith. And I remember that He has done it before and He can do it again because He's the same God, right? So yeah. So we have so many biblical example of faith and people who have been tested, people whose faith has been tested, like Noah. The way he constructed the ark was just faith in work. And yeah, Abraham, the father of faith, he's called the father of faith because he had multiple tests, not just one. He was tested his whole life, and he was just living by faith to the point where God trusted him. God knew he would never disappoint. And so many examples in the Bible. So trust, believe, and faith, they work together. You can say, I have faith in God if you can't even believe His words, which means the written. And how will you have faith if you don't read His words? Come on, you need to read, right? You read, understand, believe, and that's how you grow your faith. You can't grow your faith if you're not hearing God's words, if you're not reading God's words, because again, faith come by hearing. Hearing what? What are you hearing? Are you hearing your culture? Are you hearing social media? Are you hearing your friends? What are you actually hearing? Because what you hear, it's what you believe, right? So make sure you're hearing the correct thing to grow your faith. So the take on this video is to remember that in your journey of faith and trusting God, you reach a point where God is the only thing that you have. God is the only one that you have. So when you reach that point, you need to close your ears to external voices. You need to just cling on God and keep doing what God is asking you to do. Because what people will tell you is the wisdom that they have according to or their relationship with God, according to their journey with God. But our journey are different. So when you reach that level, you just need to stick on God and do it. Don't listen to other people, just listen to God. And just like in Genesis 22, verse 6, Abraham answered God himself would provide. God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offerings. That was a personal relationship with God. If Abraham didn't have personal relationship with God, he would have lost it at that point. But he knew God was gonna provide. So that's the point where your personal relationship matters the most. And you don't have to listen to opinions because you have journeyed with God and you know what He's capable of. That's when you just become almost delusional. I mean, to other people, it looks like you are being delusional, but you know that it's not. It's actually faith, right? So, yeah, I pray that we all work on our journey and have more faith in God because without faith, there's nothing. So, ciao. See you next Thursday.